Hey fellas, I decided to make a quick guide on how you can get a good bit of gold uh, by from playing Mount&Blade. Um, I actually had a hard time getting a lot of gold at first, and I found out that if you fight a bunch of these sea raiders,
Everyone,
get a
charge!
good group of guys. The mid to higher level tier troops work well, maybe a couple cavalry units to chase down the stragglers when they flee. Oh, to trace down the stragglers when they flee. Um, in my experience, works really well, and work up about 20,000 doing that. Keep as few men as you can so that your gold bill every day doesn't go above your troop wage bill doesn't go above, like, I don't know, I would say 150, 200 would be ideal if you can, 300 at the most. From there, it's pretty easy. What you got to do is, much like with Warband, you essentially just go to a town and buy a business. They seem to be pretty profitable in this in Bannerlord, even more so profitable than they were in Warband. In my experience so far, I'm making, like, on average 3 to 5K per day. So sometimes it drops down to like 800, but I mean, I've only, we've only all had the game for like less than a day, so just take the loot. I've obviously been farming quite a bit from them, as well as other bandits. But so, for instance, I have another. You can have up to 3 businesses or whatever, and I'm about to go make my third. I'll show you guys how it works. So you have to find these workshop people. Um, I forget what they're called exactly, but you'll see what I mean. It's very simple, and you pay them like 13K ish, sometimes 14. Because I've tried a few different businesses in different towns since I've had the money to do it, to just experiment. It is different from Warband in the way that it doesn't tell you how much you'll necessarily profit from a business in a given town. So you do kind of have to gauge it for yourself. One of the ways that I was doing it was, um, I was essentially just seeing, okay, so there's a smithy here already. There's a silversmith. Um, what are they missing? And then I would try and, like, use the landscape to my advantage. So for instance, I have a wood shop in a place where there's a lot of trees, so it kind of makes sense to have a wood shop there. Um, so it is relative to the landscape. I imagine like a wine press would be more common in the south, in the southern regions. So the workshop guys, they sometimes they're a real pain in the ass to find, but conveniently in this town layout, they're right here. So you want to buy a workshop, and again, we'll check really quick to see what they got. So looks like smithy. Uh, I saw a couple others. I remember. Oh yeah. So I mean, I guess if we wanted to, I could buy out the silversmith. We'll see. I mean, if it's not profitable, you can always switch the business for $2,000 or 2,000 dinners or whatever. And so, like, I'll do velvet. Why not? And then if you want to change it, it just costs 2,000 gold, and you can change it to whatever you want. Just takes a few days for the process to start. And then when a day passes by, Say I got 2,000 gold from base just passive income, and that should cover the majority of your troop wages most of the time, at least most of the time. And you can see how, because I just set this one up, it's not gonna pop up just yet as like a source of income. But if you wait a couple days, just go ride around for a bit. I suppose go recruit some villagers while I wait. Oh, kind of convenient. So you'll see it's very low initially, and then it will pick up over the course of a few days, I promise. I mean, I wouldn't have all this money if I wasn't. You could see how the other ones are slightly higher, but I wouldn't have all this money if it didn't come from that. So maybe they'll nerf it at some point, who knows. But yeah, check it out, fellas.